Hi everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be 5 tips for Slimming World success. But you're not just going to get 5 tips. No, you're going to get 15 tips because this is actually in collaboration with 2 other beautiful YouTube ladies. The first you will have heard me speak about a lot. Her name is Mrs. Morrison and she is one of my very good friends. She has recently started her Slimming World journey and is doing fantastically. On her channel you can find Slimming World videos like what she eats in a day, as well as lots of other, she has a huge variety of videos. So she has lots of content about pregnancy and newborns and general motherhood, as well as other stuff like beauty and makeup and pampering and all of that sort of stuff. So if you enjoy my content, you'll really enjoy her channel. The other person that I'm collaborating with today is Rebecca J, and her channel is really focused on Slimming World. So she has lots of videos about what she eats in a day, sharing all of her meal ideas. She has a really honest account of what she's eating. If she goes over her sins, she tells you about it. She's not just going to pretend that she eats one way and then secretly eats another way. She's really honest and open. And she's got videos that are updating you on her journey as well and her amazing weight loss. So please guys, make sure that when you finish watching my video, you go and check out Mrs. Morrison and Rebecca J, and you will be getting 15 amazing Slimming World tips for success. I will link both of their channels down below so that you can easily go and check that out. And I'll also link their videos down below so that you've got easy access to those as well. So without further ado, let's get started. So my first tip for today is to label your treats. So this doesn't necessarily have to mean sweet treats. It could be other things that you enjoy, savoury foods. I've heard of people having sweet tins. So basically they have like a tin or a tub or a pot or something, and they basically just fill it with things that are low sin that they know that they can grab when they're feeling the need to have a snack or a treat. But I would say take it even further and actually label all of your treats with exactly how many sins they are. So for instance, if you've got a box full of stuff and it includes Freddos, then you know that Freddos are 5 sins, and you can just put a tiny little sticker on each one that says 5. And then you know that when you go to that cupboard, instead of just opening up the cupboard and grabbing anything and then counting the sins later, which let's face it, does not usually end well, you can just open up the cupboard and see straight away, I want a Freddo, that's 5 sins, I'm doing it. And then it's also so much easier to write down on your food diary later on in the day because you know exactly how many sins you've had throughout the whole day. Tip number 2 is to use reminders to help you. So in particular at the moment, I'm thinking of overnight oats, which I absolutely love to have for my breakfast. However, I cannot tell you the number of times that I've gone to bed of an evening and thought, oh my goodness, I did not make my overnight oats, which means that in the morning, I don't have my breakfast ready and I can't make overnight oats in the morning. So I'm stuck with having to think of something else off the cuff, which is another thing that does not help. And that's when I would usually end up having toast with butter or brioche or something that I'm really just not supposed to be having. So I try to set a reminder in the evening now at like 7 or 8 o'clock to basically say, go and make your overnight oats. And then I can be like, yes, okay, I'm gonna go and do that. And then I go to bed knowing that when I get up in the morning, my overnight oats are ready. And this is especially useful when you're working because you can just get up in the morning, grab it out the fridge, put it in your lunchbox and go. You don't have to wake up and think, right, what do I need to take with me? It's just a ready, prepared breakfast. But that also applies to other things. If you've got meals that need prepping, things like that, you don't want to get to dinner time and be like, oh, I can't do that beef hot pot now because it's going to take 3 hours and everyone's waiting for dinner now. So just try and set reminders for yourself to make sure that you prep whatever it is you need to prep in advance so that you're not caught off guard. When you get caught off guard, that is when you will usually eat things you should not be eating. Tip number 3 is to utilize social media. My Slimming World group is attached to a Facebook group, which I find absolutely essential for those days when you are just really struggling. And I think most Slimming World groups actually have this option. But the Facebook group is absolutely fantastic for when you're stuck for meal ideas and you just want to ask, what's everyone having for dinner today? I need some ideas. Or if you've got certain ingredients in the fridge and you're thinking, what can I make with that? I don't really know. You can just go on there and say, I've got an onion, I've got some peppers, I've got some rice. What can I make, people? And the chances are you will get some feedback on that. You will get some ideas. It's also really good if you just want to have a bit of a cathartic moan about something, or you've had a really bad day and you just need somebody to sort of pick you up a bit and say, you can do this. It's a great community of like-minded people who are going through the same thing as you and who are trying to follow the same plan. So it's a great sounding board for ideas and just general help. Tip number 4 is to save your sins for when you know you want to binge. So I'm talking about those times in the day where you just know every day at that time you need something. It might be lunchtime, it might be evening. For me in particular, it is late in the evening when the kids have gone to bed, dinner is well out of the way, and I'm just craving chocolate. I'm such a chocolate fiend. I can generally go most of the day without thinking about sweet treats or without needing sins. So I tend to try and make sure that I don't use any sins for most of the day, and then I know that in the evening I've still got my full 15 sins to have that little binge that I need. Sometimes that might be several hi-fi bars because those are quite low in sins. Sometimes it might just be that I want to have a Freddo or 3. Sometimes it might be that I have some meringue with some fresh fruit and a bit of Nutella. But whatever it is I have, I know that I've not had any sins all day, so there's a good chance that that will fit into my plan and that I won't be going over my sins for the day. So my final tip, tip number 5, is something that I think is incredibly important. You can spend a lot of time just scrolling through recipes trying to find something that you're going to enjoy. And I know for me, sometimes I can find one thing that looks appealing out of 10. So something that's a really good idea to do when you can't think what to make, when you're thinking I'm new to this plan and I just don't really know what I can eat. You don't want to just eat the same 5 meals all the time because it will get boring and you will not stick to it. So something that can be a really good idea is to think about the types of meals that you enjoyed before you started Slimming World, because the chances are if you go online you will be able to find a recipe to make that meal Slimming World friendly. And I think that's just the best thing to do, because then you don't feel like you're not getting to eat the things you enjoy. If you really love chicken korma, you can go online and find how to make a chicken korma with Slimming World ingredients. And that way you're going to have something that you feel happy about because it's something you enjoy. You're not going to feel like you're going without. You're not going to feel like you're telling yourself you can't have certain meals, and you're getting healthy foods in you, you're staying on plan, and you will lose weight. So I think that's just the best thing to do. Think about what you enjoy, think about what you usually eat, and find out how you can make a Slimming World version of that meal. So there you have it, guys. Those are my 5 tips. Don't forget to head on over to Rebecca J and to Mrs. Morrison for 10 more tips, because you're getting 15 tips out of us today, and that is pretty damn good if you ask me. So yes, again, I will link their channels down below. Please do check them out. Don't forget to give me a big thumbs up if you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell so that you will know when I post new videos. Thanks so much for sticking around, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this video today, and I will see you next time. Bye.